Waguma Kwach, the man who fought the leopard. Pach Dano Enteko Machani, Tuteko Machani Enteko Manjaima. The strength of a man lies in his heart, and the strength of the heart gives life. Long ago, before the roads came and the iron snake hissed through the land, there lived a man named Waguma Kwach in Ujwang'a village, deep in Gem Kathomo, the heart of the Luo land. Those were the days when the land was still young, when the forest spoke in whispers and the beasts roamed freely. The sun rose over thick trees, and at night the drums of insects sang with the cries of the hyena and the cough of the leopard. Among all the creatures of the forest, none was feared more than the leopard, Odogojiaido, the bringer of sudden death. Its eyes were fire in the dark, and its paws made no sound. The death of a brother. One dark night, the people of Ujwang'a woke to screams that tore the silence apart. When they rushed to see, they found only blood and footprints leading into the forest. A leopard, that one, the killer of men, had taken Waguma's brother. When dawn came, his mother sat upon the ground, beating her chest and crying to the heavens. Wara Giai Naithindo, Omara, Naithina. Why must the forest drink the blood of my child? Waguma, strong and tall, came and knelt beside her. He placed his hand upon her shoulder and said, "Mama, don't cry. I will avenge my brother. I will face the beast that has shamed our home." The old men of the village shook their heads. Ujwang'a, the leopard that eats men, is not an ordinary one. It carries the spirit of death. But Waguma answered, "Even death fears a brave heart." The hunt. Days passed, and Waguma sharpened his arrows. He cleaned his bow and spoke softly to his spear, as his father had taught him. One bright afternoon, when the sun stood high like an elder watching over the land, Waguma walked alone into the forest. The birds had gone silent. Even the wind refused to move. Then, from the thicket, a rustle, a flash of spotted fur. The killer leopard had come, walking in daylight like a cursed spirit. Waguma did not tremble. He lifted his bow, aimed, and let his arrow fly. It struck the beast's side, thwa. But the leopard did not fall. With a terrible roar, it leapt. Man and beast crashed to the ground. Dust rose, blood spilled. The leopard's claws tore Waguma's chest, its teeth sank into his leg. But Waguma held on, wrestling it with the strength of a man who had promised his mother. The call of blood. From the edge of the forest came his young son, Ujwang'a, running with a machete. But Waguma shouted through his pain, "Ujwang'a! Wada! Don't come near. The beast will take you too. Call Mwal, my brother." His stepbrother Mwal heard the cries and came rushing, machete high. He moved quietly, like a shadow through the bush, until he reached the beast's blind side. Then, chwa! He struck with all his might. The leopard let out one last roar, trembled, and fell to the earth, lifeless. The forest went silent again. The return of the hero. The villagers came running, singing and crying, their voices rising like drums of victory and mourning together. They found Waguma lying beside the dead leopard, blood on his chest but pride in his eyes. They carried him on a bicycle, for in those days, cars were rare, and took him to the mission hospital. He lived. His scars remained as proof that he had wrestled death itself, and won. From that day, the people of Ujwang'a called him Waguma Kwach, Jajong Ma Eni Neno Dojiaiwaya, the man who looked death in the face. The lesson of the fire. And so, my children, when you hear the night leopard cry beyond the fields, remember Waguma Kwach. Remember that bravery is not the absence of fear, but the strength to stand even when fear grips your heart. Ingat mado ipaini tunaingji ainjema ichaniji. He who dies for others lives forever in their hearts. And the people say, even today. Tunayathindo mag Waguma pod winjo neno ka onino dojiaiwaya. The children of Waguma still carry the courage of the man who stared death in the eye.